Are we rolling?
Are we rolling?
Okay, action. Welcome to the Motherhood Network, a platform you deserve. Today we're joined by a woman who's as glamorous as she is grounded. Mpumi Mophatlane, affectionately known as Mrs. Mops. Oh, I absolutely love her. She's a force, and of course you recognize her from the screen where she sparkles, and we love her style so much, and that's what makes her a stand-up personality. But beyond the glitz and glamour, Mpumi is a devoted wife, a hands-on mother, and a woman who embraces motherhood with grace, humor, and absolute authenticity. She's built a name for herself, not only as a businesswoman, a media personality, but also a woman who balances ambition with nurture, elegance, and everyday realness. Oh, it's this conversation that I cannot wait to have with her. I'd love for you guys to know beyond the spotlight, her family, her love for her business, raising children, and just what it is to be a mom in today's world. She truly means the world to all of us and to modern mothers. Mpumi, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, thank you so much. I am so excited. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much once again, Mrs. Mops. Sorry, let's say it right, Mrs. Mops.
Mrs. Mops, honey.
Right? Because some of us knew you before this Mrs. Mops.
Before the fame.
Before the fame.
We go way back.
We go way back. And so for anyone watching, I'd love to give context. So I've actually known you longer than I've known Zex.
Wow.
And I've known Zex
for a while.
Yeah, we've been dating for 12 years. Well, we've been together rather for 12 years.
Yes,
Can you believe that?
We've known each other longer.
That's so crazy.
Crazy.
I think what's crazier and very inspiring from my perspective, just watching your rise and watching you just be a queen, is the fact that you manifested this. And I don't think you remember. Do you remember?
Tell me, please.
Let me tell you. So I remember you having this conversation with me, and you said, you know, I did drama and I'd love to get into TV.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And here we are.
Here we are.
You're a superstar.
Oh my God.
You did it.
I did it.
How crazy is that?
That is how powerful the mind is.
And this is beyond, like I said, 12 years ago. And so for me, it actually makes me really emotional to see how you've become this woman that you manifested.
Wow.
And what I love about this network of mothers we have is the fact that you did this whilst you were a mother and, of course, married. And I think a lot of people become mothers and, you know, they're married. They sometimes feel like, well, that's it. I can't do anything else. I can't have more dreams or any ambitions. And so I love the fact that you were still that way and knew that, like, when there is the right time,
that's it.
I'm going to do it, baby. Right?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
And, you know, it was for me the right time because I had the children, you know, my husband, and I always felt like I was living under his shadow. You know, in events, I'd be introduced as, this is so-and-so's wife. This is so-and-so's wife. And I was like, come on, I want to have a name for myself, you know. And I remember so clearly that conversation, when you bring it up now, I remember actually us having it and saying to myself, actually, I do want to get on TV. It is my dream. You know, I've got a drama degree. Why am I not using it? So,
I love that so much. I love that so much. And we're going to take it back a little bit. You were raised in Tsakane, right?
Tsakane, yes.
That's incredible. And so your business acumen also comes from the fact that your dad had a taxi business.
Yes,
Mom
correct.
was a teacher as well. So how did that affect your way of just being a parent as well? What did you learn and see from them?
My goodness, my parents, they're so old school. And I always, my mother finds it so fascinating when I parent. She looks at me and she's like, I don't know. I don't know about this. And I'm like, Mom, trust me. I'm doing it. You know, the gentle parenting.
Yes.
Our parents never did that. But growing up in the dusty streets of Tsakane, where you just see all sorts of characters and how my mom and my dad tried to protect me from everything that was happening around. I wasn't allowed to to go to friends' houses. They had to come to my house, you know. My dad was super overprotective. The boys would never come to me because my dad is this like scary taxi boss. And they know my mother as this teacher and she's like so strict. So I grew up in a very strict household, and sometimes I really wanted and I craved that freedom. But I thank God that they did that, because looking back, it sort of shaped me to the woman that I've become now,
Sure. Absolutely. And sometimes as kids we don't understand,
Yes.
So I get it where you want to go to that house, but mom, but dad, why? Ngiyacela, Nkosi, ngiyacela. And they're like, no.
Yeah.
And then you look in hindsight and understand why they made such decisions.
Yes.
And why that's important. And I'm sure from some, perspective, just in terms of benchmarking, we benchmark from what our parents taught us, and then also, like you're saying, introduce new ideas like the gentle parenting, which is not permissive parenting. People always get
It's
the
not.
two confused. There are consequences and boundaries, for gentle parenting. But it's just so, your kids don't necessarily fear you and that you are their safe space.
I love that.
Right?
My kids, I feel like they don't fear me, but they have respect for me. Abang dele lang sintanga yabo. They know that I am mom.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
And I want them to come with me with problems and all sorts of things because they don't fear that. That's what I like.
It's so profound. And guys, I wish you could see how incredible she is as a mom, because you're so hands-on. And I mean, I remember watching on your blog, you taking your kids out for Christmas shopping.
Yes.
But this was like next level Christmas shopping. Like, there's Christmas shopping where you like buy like the thing or two. You're like, okay, yeah, maybe one. Like, it's soggy, in Hey, Trinyana, this was beautiful, so glamorous, so elaborate. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
But again, it was you and the kids just being hands-on, you guys picking all this beautiful decor, and again, even then being hands-on, actually putting the decor in your beautiful home.
Yes.
How incredible.
Oh, I love that. Those are the moments that I really cherish, because they always say, hold on to it. It goes by so quickly. When you have them and they're newborns, you think, oh, what are they talking about? It doesn't go by so quickly. Yeah. I'm tired. Yeah. I want to sleep. But it actually goes by so quickly. Yeah.
100%. So something I love is the fact that you're glamorous as well as a mother. And I'm very big on this. And I know my mother was. She's like, the one thing, please don't let yourself go. But she meant it in the healthiest way.
Yes.
She's like, don't give up on yourself. Your body's going to change. You're not going to be the same person. But don't let yourself go. Like, don't give up on yourself. How's that journey been?
For me, I love your mom. And I love everything she represents. She is beautiful. And I mean, you can see with you and your sister as well. So the apple clearly did not fall far from the tree.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
But I'm also like that. I'm big on not letting yourself go. The big mistake that we do as women, married women, is that when you find the love of your life, the father of your kids, and you settle down, you start gaining the weight. You start letting yourself go. And it's like, why? You have to keep you up with yourself. When I had my 3 children and I found out that I was pregnant with my last born, I said to Mr. Mops, babe, I don't like the way my boobs look. Can I please have a boob job?
Love it. Yes.
Because there was no way I was going to be not loving my body, because I mean, yes, my body gave me these beautiful 3 kids.
Yes.
But when I'm by myself and looking at the mirror and I don't like what I see, it makes me miserable. And I always advocate there's no such thing as an ugly girl, only a lazy one. And if you can fix it, why not?
Well, I love the fact also that you're so transparent about that. And we do need to normalize that. I think a lot of moms feel guilty about the fact that they, need to love themselves, and however that looks, And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, well, I'd love to maybe do this, or whether it's a breast reduction or anything else, what I'm saying, just a nip tuck here, or even just saying, well, let me hit the gym. I love the fact that in this day and age, mothers are unapologetic about the fact that I need me time.
Love.
I need to feel good about myself. And there's, from a psychological perspective, that's important,
It is.
Yeah, being able to take care of oneself, you can take care of others better,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
When your cup is full, you can fill from others. Yeah.
That's so profound. And I love also the fact that you've always managed to, we're going to talk about it, reign supreme. But now you're reigning on a different level, ladies and gentlemen.
Me.
With Nala Rain.
Nala Rain, that's my 4th baby.
It's your 4th baby. So tell us just the journey in terms of your your business journey as a whole? Because like I said, I mean, you have a husband who's obviously from a business perspective very astute, so I'm sure you've learned a lot from him, but also your parents as well.
Yes.
How's that journey been?
Wow, that journey has been amazing. My husband, who's also my mentor, I love him. It's like sleeping with a textbook.
Oh, I love it.
Whenever
So useful.
it's so useful.
Yes, so handy.
I just give him a nudge whenever I have a question or an idea, and he'll be like, he'll just say things, and I'm like, wow, babe, you're so smart, and this is why you are in life, So I'm lucky in that way because he can tell me which direction to take. And, also with my dad being a former taxi owner and seeing him navigate the dangerous taxi businesses, it sort of made me feel like, okay, wait a second, I can actually be a businesswoman as well, And so like with Nala Rain, which is my skincare brand,
we love her.
I love her.
We love her.
It's all natural things. And it sort of like when my mom took me to my grandmother's house in KZN, and I used to see my grandmother consuming charcoal. And back then, I mean, they're doing it now. They're selling it in stores as a detoxifier.
Yep.
But back then, it wasn't, no one talked about it.
Yes.
They were just consuming it and they're like, oh, it's just good for you. Putting ash and soil and everything on your face. And I just remember thinking to myself, wow, this is amazing. And it's so strange because my mother's name is Nala. My grandmother's name is Nala.
Yes.
And I gave my daughter the name Nala. So I just thought, why not Nala Rain? And that's how the idea came about. And also people used to come up to me and say, what do you use for your skin? What do you do this and how you do that? And it's just like all natural products. And it came about when I was on the Mummy Club.
Yes.
And one of the moms was just like, do you have like a skincare range? And I said to myself, actually I do, but it's not out there. So let me just like put it out there. And that's just how Nala Rain was born.
I love that. And I love it also because you're saying it was an organic process.
Yes.
I love your skin as well, so I got to add. And I'm so glad you've done this. But also what I love, especially for African people and telling our stories, and this really is your legacy now, where... Yes, I mean, I'm from KZN, so I get it. Where you'd use clay for your face, like you say, the charcoal for your teeth, all of those traditional ways of doing things and taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin. And like you're saying, now it's all the rage from a Western perspective, but we've been doing it as African people.
We've been doing it for years as African people.
100%. And now that you've done that, it's so important because also what you're doing is you're just educating a different generation of that. We've been doing this and also packaged it so well where they can relate to it but love it as well, and pride, have some sense of pride that, wow, these are our stories.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
That's so profound. 100%. I love that. I love that so much. Something I also love is the fact that, girl, you hit that gym.
Girl, I exercise.
And you're consistent. Where do you get the time? Because I never like the question about how do you balance it all. I mean, that's impossible for any of us. But genuinely, how does your day look in terms of you being able to be that consistent every single day?
My goodness, it's so hard. But I always say we all have the same 24 hours. And what you prioritize is what you're going to put first.
I feel attacked. But you're right. No, but you're right. Yeah.
So whatever you prioritize, for me, it's the health and the fitness. I really love the gym. It's my therapy, I feel like if I'm at the gym, then I can just like my thoughts can just go and I can de-stress whilst I also contribute to my body, and my body's becoming stronger and healthy. And I'm just doing it for future Mpumi. I want to run around with my grandchildren, still looking very fabulous and hot and fit.
Oh, we love that so much. Your support system is really something else then. How is your support system? Where do you get it from?
Oh, I'm so blessed because I have a husband who is really amazing. He's like my biggest supporter, my biggest cheerleader. Like Mr. Mops, I think is my biggest fan.
I love it. As he should be. We need to normalize that, right?
We do.
As we should be. That's so beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm still blessed to have my parents around.
Yes.
They're elderly in their 80s, but they're just so amazing. And I've got my team, my 3 little children who are always in mommy's corner, cheering me on. I've got nannies that I've had for years, you know, who work in my household, who are family. They're not even nannies. They're family.
Their family.
And I'm just so blessed in that way that I can actually have people in my team who are just always rooting for Mpumi.
Including me. We absolutely
Including you.
Now listen, when I saw you on the show, first of all, obviously Rich Housewives, and then Mommy Club, there's obviously a lot of privacy that's somehow, you know,
Oh, yeah.
invaded
Yes.
on.
Reality TV is invasive.
It's like so invasive.
You have to have such thick skin to be in such an environment like reality TV.
Yes.
Because they want everything, including your blood type.
Yeah, including your blood type. And literally, because I always knew you to be very private.
Yes.
You know, very kind, very sweet, very private. But you still manage to give people exactly what you'd like them to. And that's what I also love. The fact that, like, you're still a businesswoman and you still get it, right?
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, I know you're protective of your kids. How have you managed to navigate that? Because I know that can be a tough thing, especially with reality TV.
It can be. It can be so tough because what happens is with reality, they want you to give more. And the more that you give, they want more. So no one is really ever satisfied. So we've seen you, Nandi, and your family. But now can we see you and your mom and your dad? Now can we see this? It just, it doesn't stop, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to say, okay, guys, this is where I draw the line. And let's just respect this part of my life. You have to have boundaries. Otherwise, you're going to go insane.
Something else you also do so eloquently, and you really are that girl, as I've always known you, is that even when there are rumors, you always dismiss it. I mean, there have been some stuff, and now that you know, it comes with the spotlight.
It does, always.
It's part of the game. But you do manage to somehow, and it seems that it doesn't really get to you, or at least that you don't respond. How have you managed to navigate that world with any negativity?
You know, like with being in the public eye and with being in reality TV, it always feels like you belong to the public and they're like entitled to know what you had for breakfast and why you had it for breakfast. So with rumors, and I never address it because I always feel like no response is a response. And sometimes, right?
100%. Yeah, I love it.
And sometimes I feel like if you respond, it's like you're confirming something that people have been saying, oh, well, maybe it is true. Why is she so triggered? You know, so I'd rather maybe like not respond. And if I do respond, it's in a very strategic way, you know, because I never want it to be bigger than what it is at that time.
And well, you do it so well. Something else I think that's a lot of moms watching would want to possibly navigate and get almost advice from yourself, just from your lifestyle as well. Living, somewhat of a privileged lifestyle, right? That you've worked very hard for.
Very hard for.
That's the most important part to put there. How do you ensure that you raise kids that are grounded? Because your kids are really grounded.
Thank you.
But how do you do that? How do you navigate that? Because I know a lot of parents, that's their biggest worry, where they say, I don't want my kids flying. I want them to be able to be grounded, to see people, just to be good people, good human beings. Yeah.
I think what my husband and I have gotten right is that there's balance. Both, they're privileged kids, but my husband and I were not privileged when we grew up. He's from Garankuwa, I'm from Tsakane, and it's the same background where his mom is a nurse and his dad is a teacher, and my mom is a teacher, and my dad is a taxi owner. So just that lower middle class township lifestyle, And so we have taken them there to Granny's house, to Granny's farm, to see the chickens, to play with the other kids in Garankuwa or in Tsakane. I think the balance is so important because being in the suburb and being in these private schools, that sort of gets warped into their mind and they think that's how everybody lives. They've never been in a taxi. And I said to myself, there's no way. I grew up in the taxi industry.
That's it.
So that your mathematics can be good.
Yes. You see?
My anxiety when I used to do that. And I used to have to count it.
And if you get it wrong,
oh my word. And my math is not on point. So I'm just like, manigi change it wrong.
But that's the best way to learn that when you're
That's
under
the best
pressure.
way, under
No.
pressure.
With this, no, it's okay. Keep trying. You can
Yeah.
do. Just try work it out. It's that moment. We
It's
won't
that
come out to
moment.
jail. Yeah,
Yeah.
Nancy le lam tutu. This lam tutu doesn't know what's going on. Man, you're tatasela. You're like, oh my God. I need to get this right.
My
Okay?
goodness. And you know what scares me, Nandi, is that they're not street smart. Oh, I'm so afraid for them because they're not street smart. You and I are street smart. We grew up in the hood. So we know. Let me just go to this corner and you know, because they're so sheltered. I worry that they're not street smart, but we try. We bring that balance and try and say, listen, guys, this is not the world. You live in this world, but it's not like this.
No, and that's the most important thing. Actually, funny enough, so Mzagaza, my boo,
Yeah.
he's the guy who grew up in the hood. And obviously I grew up in the suburbs, so I'm like your kids, actually.
Oh, yeah?
But can I tell you, my parents, who are from the rural areas, fundamentally taught us a lot of skills that were important.
You see,
Survival skills as well.
Yes.
And it's funny, they're all universal. You can put that kind of everywhere, and like you said, you expose your kids to all different places, and that's so important as well, and so we do the same. But also, I think something so important for anyone watching, we also need to normalize the fact that Black people deserve everything.
And we have trauma.
We have trauma.
And can they stop saying that it's new money? It is new money.
Aye, but
It's new money.
And actually, we did have it almost 400 years ago, but it was
Yes,
taken
it
away
was
from
taken.
us. 100%. So there's nothing wrong, and I think we need to just change that mindset, knowing that we actually deserve anything good for ourselves,
100%.
and to normalize that. And it's funny because I do say that a lot of people, even historically, aren't aware that we were put into these little homes, little places, and taken away from the land that actually, belongs to us.
And the mind conditioning.
And the mind conditioning to think that we don't deserve anything
Absolutely.
good. And so someone like yourself, people like yourself inspire me so much because you guys have worked so hard. You know what I'm saying? To actually almost undo what was done to us.
That generational trauma.
Yes, we're living our
break
ancestors'
that
dream.
chain.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Because we were kings and queens, man.
Literally.
That's our history. And I love the fact that we're rewriting history. And we need to normalize the fact that I'm speaking to someone like yourself, who's incredible, who has a degree, who's this incredible human being doing amazing things, who's talented, who looks fabulous as well. And yes, is a mother, and yes, is married, and also has a husband who empowers her, loves her, is her biggest cheerleader. I think that's part of our healing process, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's okay for us to have nice things, to have healthy relationships, to have healthy relationships with our children who don't fear us.
Yes.
To just be powerful people in society and not be sheepish. And when you see like a white person, you respect them more than the other one because, they are the boss. It's like the mind conditioning that we were raised with. No, those days are long over.
Yeah. And you can see it. We are a beautiful cosmopolitan country,
Yes.
But I'm loving the fact that both Black and brown people are starting to empower themselves.
Yes.
Seeing that they do deserve the best. And that's it. Anyone watching, you guys deserve the best,
Absolutely.
Everyone watching must know that. I wanted to chat a little bit more about your Nala-Rain. Because I know what you did. You were like, yeah, it's there. It's organic. It's great. But I want to know, where can I get this? Because I'm being serious. I'm trying to get your skin, girl. I know your skin.
Girl, thank you. So you can get it on the Nala-Rain website. Yes. So it's www.nalarain.co.za.
That is incredible. I love seeing things packaged this way as well. So organic products. And I have eczema, so that's so important to be able to tap into something organic.
Yes.
So shout outs to you for doing that.
Thank you, Nandi.
Right?
Thank you so much.
And where to now? We're so excited. Where to next? Where to now?
Oh, to the moon and back.
Oh, love it.
As you know, I'm a master manifestor.
Yes, you are. No, really. Please take that seriously because I was there. You're a master at manifesting.
Exactly. Whatever I put my mind to, it really happens.
Yes.
I pray hard. And I always say to myself, today I have a business meeting with God. And I go to my bedroom and I lay out my business plan with God and I say, this is my business plan. Let's talk.
Yes. I actually love that. And I'm going to use that from now on. I'm sure a lot of you guys are inspired by that. Where this is the business plan. God, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Let's make this happen, right?
Absolutely. You say, ask, and therefore I'm asking. And you must ask with audacity. You must ask boldly. You said we can have, so I'm asking God.
Wow, that is so profound. And any moments that you felt you were ever really challenged as a mother?
Oh, wow. There's been so many.
That as well.
As a mother, oh my word, there's been so many. Like when my first one was born, he's almost 16 now. Oh my gosh, can't believe I have a 16-year-old.
It's so crazy.
I had a condition called preeclampsia.
Oh, yes, of course.
And my goodness, that was a challenge because now they had to take him a month early. Take him out a month early.
Wow.
And I had no idea what was happening to my body.
Scary,
I was swollen. I was hospitalized for about 6 weeks. We were running all sorts of tests and I didn't know what was happening, and eventually he came out. He was tiny, only weighed 2 kilograms. And I just remember looking at him feeling so defeated. I said to myself, like, what am I going to do with him? He's so small. And I remember looking at my husband. He said to me, my face was like so helpless because I just looked at him like, what are we going to do?
Absolutely, yeah.
That was like one of the first time I felt, oh my word. And then after that, I started getting depressed.
Yes.
I just wasn't happy because I was constantly worried about him.
And this is first child.
This is first child.
Can you imagine? So this is your first time being a mother.
Yes.
And so you've got these health issues, which are serious, where they found,
Absolutely.
just with that with the condition. I mean, your son as well being underweight, this is the first time experience.
My first time, it was not amazing because I had planned to have like a natural birth and planned to breastfeed. None of those happened. I had to have a C-section. They told me I couldn't breastfeed because of the high blood medication I was on, because of the preeclampsia.
Yes.
And for me, I really was miserable. I think I was miserable until he was 1.
Which makes so much sense.
Yeah, and then after that, I was like, okay, you know what? Let's get it together. Let's see. Yeah.
Sure, now he's 16 years
And
old.
now he's 16, rugby
thriving.
player.
Oh my goodness,
Huge.
rugby player.
Huge. You wouldn't think he was 2 kilograms when he was born. Massive.
Which I love so much. And also I love the fact that you've normalized that, because I think a lot of mothers think they're on their own. And thank you for sharing that, where there are complications sometimes with being pregnant or your birth or your child, and that's okay, and just not to give up, and stay hopeful, stay the course,
Absolutely.
and go through the emotions. It's okay. Like you said, it took you a year to get out that funk.
Yes.
A lot of moms feel that guilt, like, oh, should I be feeling this? But that it's okay.
It's okay. You will get out of it eventually.
Man, I love that so much. And now he is this rugby player. Shout out to him. And that's so amazing. And you'd never say as well. I think another thing a lot of us moms do so well is we can mask a lot.
No, we do.
And no one would know. But there's so much that we go through.
So much that we go through behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You think you're failing as a mom because you don't spend time with them.
Yes.
One of my biggest things is time with my children. When I was filming the Housewives and the Mummy Club and everything else in between, they would hardly ever see me. To the point where with my daughter, she would prefer to talk to my nannies with certain things. And I would only find out months later, and I would feel so bad because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But then what do you choose? Yes, you choose yourself. You want to be this boss babe, this amazing mom, this amazing wife. Also, you want to be a career woman. And then something lags behind, So either way, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. Either way.
But at the same time, there's something quite interesting and I know I was speaking to another mother about a lot of the kids we grew up with who had mothers who were busy at some point, that it's incredibly profound how kids actually watch you and get inspired by that as well. So as much as you may feel guilty, like you're saying, your daughter was actually watching you saying, one day I'm going to be that boss girl, one day I'm going to make those boss moves,
Yes.
So I think, like you're saying, where there's a lot of that mom guilt, but there's also just knowing that, we mimic a lot. We were once kids. Like you said, you were seeing your mom working, you were seeing your dad work. And it wasn't all doom and gloom, where you actually needed to see that side as well, and also to see moments where you weren't working, you know, if that's the case. So just mothers be able to know that as long as, obviously, there is some time for kids, you know, where there is, but moments when you're busy, just to normalize that as well, and to know that the kids are actually low-key inspired, you know? And they may say, hey, Mom, what are you shooting next?
What are you-
Yeah. Oh, can I watch that, please? You know?
Yeah, I always make fun of myself, and I always say, before I was on Real Housewives, I was actually a Real Housewife.
Yes. I know. I was there.
You were there, you know?
Yeah.
And I embraced that part of me because I knew that it wasn't going to last forever. So I embraced raising my children and being a stay-at-home mom, and, you know, being a wife and looking after my home and being a homemaker. I loved being a homemaker, you know, but I knew that one day I also want to be a career woman. At a certain age, when my last one was like at 3, 4, I was like, okay, I'm ready now. He's grown up a little bit.
Yes.
I think I'm ready now to get out of Mr. Mops's shadow.
Yes.
You know, because you go to all these fancy gala dinners and you have to wave and everybody asks the question that I used to hate the most when I was a housewife.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do for a living?
That question.
And I used to be so embarrassed to say I'm a stay-at-home mom, because the looks I used to get were like, oh.
Which you shouldn't. And I'm so glad you've raised that up. And I know we spoke about this offline, where a lot of mothers, and whoever's watching this who is a housewife, it is an house executive.
Oh my word, yes.
Homemaker.
Yes.
You know, creating this legacy for your kids and your family.
It is such a big job.
Right. It is an incredible role.
Yes.
It is an amazing role. You
All
know?
the moms mustn't feel embarrassed. When somebody asks you, what do? You say it with your chest. You say it proud and loud, and you say, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yes, you're a stay-at-home mom, and that's incredible. And I know that because a lot of our moms at some point were like, you know what, let me try raise the kids and stay at home. But that was also such a selfless choice. You know, they did it for us.
They did.
To be there, you know, to ensure that we got the best. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
As much as it's great to be a career woman, I think people need to normalize those dynamics, you know, to work and enjoy where you are.
Yes.
You know, and not feel a sense of that you haven't accomplished. That is incredible.
It is.
What?
Right?
Being with kids all the time, guys. Can we have a moment?
You're the driver. You take them to school. You're the chef.
Yes.
You know?
Nurture them all the time. Tantrums.
Tantrums.
They have to have this and that. And they're feeling sick, getting all the germs as well. All of that good stuff. And of course the joys and playing with them.
Yes.
But it is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a big, big job.
Yeah. But I think it's one that a lot of women should hold with pride. And that's what we have this show, you know, where women can see people like yourself and say, oh, wow, at some point she was. She stayed at home. And wow, she did such a great job as well. And at some point she said, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
At some point I'll come back. I'll do a career thing here, you know, do something else, reinvent myself when I feel like the time is right.
Absolutely.
The fact that you had that autonomy as well, to know that like it's okay right now. I love this chapter that I'm in. That's so important.
It is so important. So important.
Okay? To live within the chapters as well.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Because as you're living in that chapter, you know there's another one coming.
Oh.
A better story, a bigger one, more exciting, you know? Yeah.
Right? That brings fame and glitz and glamour.
Yeah, all of that.
Because I love this chapter as well. But thank you again for being that vulnerable. Like I said, a lot of women who stay at home just feel the sense of like they haven't achieved, you know, they haven't done enough. And I always just feel like never worry about the world
Never
thinks about you.
Yeah.
What you're doing is so honorable. You're raising kids and you're doing it the best way you can.
Absolutely.
You know?
And the kids are so privileged because they can come after school, that you're the first person they see. You know, when you drop them off, you're the last person they see. It's such a privilege.
100%. Wow. That's so incredible. And like I said, to you moms watching this incredible woman, stylish, fabulous, she too did the transition.
Absolutely.
Be brave enough to do what feels good for you.
For you.
That moment.
At that moment, step out when you feel the time is right. Be brave. Don't be afraid. Just step out and do it.
Oh, wow. So any parting words, just in terms of your legacy as well, what would you like your kids to remember you as?
Ooh. Well, I'd like my kids to remember me as, you know, the mom that tried her best. Like she tried. She really did. They saw me take the risks. even when I failed, I still got up and said, you know what? Dust myself off, get up and try again. So the mom who was a risk taker, and with risk, there always comes reward.
Yes.
So, and the rewards came, and now they see it.
I'm so glad everyone gets to see this side of you as well. We know like the real housewife stuff. What was it? But I know this side of you.
You know this side.
The most loving human being who's so intentional about, raising her kids, being a great mom, businesswoman as well, being a great wife as well. And I love that. And that you're unapologetic. And thank you for making it look not only glamorous, but just warm, real but warm,
Yes.
And I always say, when I look at you, and as much as I've known you and have known you for all these years, I love the fact that you own where you are as a mother and as a wife. And you pride yourself of that, you make it look so yummy, even when you're going to abonche, what, and you're putting the perfume, and you got your hair did or the gym. I love it, honestly. And I don't know if you know this, but on social media, I always comment on your social media, but you inspire me so much. Whenever I'm feeling a bit sluggish, I'm like, no, I need to feel a bit fabulous. So then I'll go on your page and I'll comment on something because you always do something fabulous. I'm like, that's exactly how it should be,
That's
just to enjoy your life.
how it should be. And you as well are doing so amazingly as a mom, as a wife, as a boss babe.
Thank you.
I look up to you as well, and I always look at you and thinking, wow, Nandi is amazing. You're so talented.
Oh, man.
And it's going to get bigger and better for you.
Oh, thank you. What a full circle moment.
What a full circle.
Here we are doing it, right?
We're doing it.
We were in our early 20s, and now we're grown women.
Grown women, moms.
Yeah, moms making our dreams come true.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much for making your dreams come true, because you've inspired a whole nation, a continent, a world.
Wow.
Right? And just by believing in yourself and doing it and living unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.